Jake, I've been waiting a while to say it officially. Hey, neighbor.
83 steps.
Oh, baby.
Driveway to driveway.
It's official. You're here.
Yeah, just slept here
Welcome
for the
to
first
Shawnee.
time last night. Thank you.
Sorry for interrupting.
Slept here last night, and yeah, it was fun. I haven't left. I haven't put shoes on yet today. I'm recording a podcast.
I noticed you didn't have shoes on. I was like, that's different. That's different for over here. Yeah. Wow.
It is fun.
How are you feeling now that you're a Shawnee resident versus Olathe? I've made the transition before.
Yeah, that's right.
Now you're, coming around Shawnee as well.
I think I'll be really excited once Catherine is mayor. I'll feel more comfortable right
once
now.
we know somebody in the public arena.
Yeah, I don't know the mayor, so it feels different, but no, it's good. Yeah, got all moved in yesterday. Got my bed here in the guest bedroom. So last night I was like, where do I sleep?
Yes.
Because initially I was like, you know what? I don't want to sleep in Rachel's bed until we both do.
Because, so as a reminder, Jake is not married yet. I know it's the time, the timeline is very confusing because when you're listening to this, Jake is married.
That's true.
But when we're recording this, Jake is not married.
And Rachel's in Iowa.
Rachel's in Iowa, so he's moved all his stuff in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, no, I think I want to wait. Mm-hmm. But as I'm starting to move things into the guest bedroom, I'm just like, I have so much crap and so little place to put it. I went from 2 walk-in closets to 0.
Yeah.
So just downgrading a lot of room, a lot of size. And so my bed in the guest bedroom just has stuff all over it still. It's my entire dresser, my closet. And so I was like, all right, I guess I will sleep in Rachel's bed, And first thing I'm noticing, it was like, wow, there's like 11 pillows on here. This is my life now. Why are there so many pillows? What are we going to do with all these pillows? They're not even comfy. Like one of them like hurt.
Yeah, they do. Some of them like poke you. Yeah. They like sequins on them or something. Yeah. It's like, what am I supposed to do with this porcupine pillow?
There's 2 huge pink ones. Yeah, porcupine pillows.
Yes.
But then there's one that's so tiny. I'm like, what else? What am I supposed to do with this one too?
Dude, that one's going to sneak up on you in the middle of the night sometime. You're like, I didn't know that one was still in there.
I don't know what we're supposed to do with the tiny pillow. I mean, it's the size of a hat, I would say.
Yeah.
But so as I'm rearranging the pillows, I actually didn't tell Rachel this last night. I was like, you know what? She doesn't need to know. I guess she's got to find out now.
Yeah.
Is when I'm moving her pillows around, spider came from underneath the pillow.
No, tell her, dude.
Well, then she's going to be freaked out.
Then she's going to think, I shouldn't put all these pillows on there because it's just a bunch of places. Your first marriage hack, Jake. You're welcome.
You think that's like a problem solved?
Yes. You just said all these pillows are bothering me. How can I fix that? Say, hey, FYI, underneath most of the decorative pillows, there was a family of spiders, Jake. A family.
They seem to really enjoy the not soft ones for like the decor.
They're more porous. They have more place. They might be living inside of those pillows. I'd throw them out completely. Problem solved, brother.
So probably should. So yeah, either way, first moment in that bed was like, oh my gosh, that's a decent sized spider that came from underneath the pillow. And I was like, I should probably kill that. I went to take a picture of it. And I was like, no, I'm not going to tell Rachel this. But that's because I'm not married yet. I don't know.
Good. Well, and I would just say in marriage, just general tip, tell your wife everything.
Really? Even the danger?
Everything. That's a good point. Yeah, maybe. Maybe eventually you gotta say everything.
I think I'll hide some things from my wife.
Good. That was a test and you passed. Jake's great to be married, guys. All right, roll the theme music. I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning with Jake and Brad, Ghostrunners podcast.
That's a fun game to play.
Yeah.
What should I hide from my wife?
Let's start doing a segment every week. What'd you lie about? What'd you hide from your wife this week? Now that
that's fun.
Now that you're married, so this one for you is preemptively like I'm not telling you about the spiders.
There's spiders in the pillows.
Yeah, mine. I don't know. I sometimes like I'll be in charge of like watching Rosie while she naps, and she'll wake up and be very content in her bed for like 30 minutes. So I don't go in there. And then Catherine will be like, what time she woke up? Oh, 11:45. Oh, wow. She's been up for a while. Yeah. So, haven't been able to get that much work done. Even though it's like, no, she's been just singing and playing in her crib. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll keep her in there.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. All right, fun new segment.
What'd you hide from your wife this week?
What'd you hide from your wife this week?
Yeah. Anyway.
Hopefully it stays lighthearted.
No, let's like dive down a deep, like dark circle with like, incognito mode.
I asked her to wear open-toed shoes. Not for the weather. For me.
It makes you a lot of money, and we are down on our luck right now. People aren't supporting the podcast like they used to. So
Patreon's down, OnlyFans is up. It's fine. And sneaking pics.
Yeah, marriage, man, wedding. You're leaving tonight for the wedding.
Yes, it's my last day in Kansas City. I mean, then again, you'll still hear from me on the Wednesday episode. You'll hear from me next Monday's episode, next Wednesday episode. Yeah, because we're not going on our honeymoon immediately.
I know. Yeah, that's a fun update. Because last week I think we said people will be here taking your place next week.
Yeah, definitely a good chance that I misspoke about it because I keep getting confused about it a little bit. But
so you're getting married, coming home for 4 days, leaving again for a little.
For
stand
tour.
up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then from there, going to the honeymoon, which now that I'm in the thick of it, I feel very thankful to not have to be packing for the honeymoon as well.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things. I mean, I have a 25-item checklist of things that I cannot forget to bring to Iowa this weekend. Imagine if the honeymoon was on top of that. It's like, all right, now I got to pack for a 7-day beach vacation. It's just nice to like one thing at a time.
Sure.
Rehearsal dinner, wedding, boom, we're done. Come back, settle in, unpack.
Yeah. And you're driving to the wedding. So then you'd have to worry about getting your car back. Yeah. And you'd have to. Whatever. Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be nice. And so,
have you thought about all the gifts you have to bring back?
Thought about you saw the mound in there. It's they just keep coming.
Maybe it's like I got married literally almost 10 years ago, so it's like it's just a time thing. But like, yeah, it's just crazy how many you've like gotten shipped to your house because so many of ours we got at the actual wedding. I wonder if you're going to have like 4 gifts there.
Maybe not much at the wedding,
or maybe you're going to have 1 million and like. People just really like you a lot and gave you a lot of gifts.
It's crazy. It's crazy how generous people are and how many ghosties have given who aren't even weren't even asked to see the registry and gave us gifts. So
yeah, guys, there's nothing else on the registry probably if you're interested. Catherine was like last night. She's like, I want to get them something off their registry because it feels like they've gotten so much already there.
There can't be anything left on the registry.
And so I was like, what? I was like, what if I get them make them a custom cutting board? And then I looked over there in your kitchen just now. You already got one.
Dang,
so it's like, dang it. Find something else. Do you guys have anything else that you need that's like wooden?
Let's see. I don't think we need a wooden desk.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, Rachel listens to the podcast, right? She supports you in that way?
Yeah, she does.
Dang it. Rachel, what if I make you like the ugliest version of like a triplet, like, family sign ever, and then like see if you feel obligated to put it up in your house because I come over here, 5 times a week?
Yeah. Or just like, hey, I did, I don't know, I don't normally do this, but I carved you into wood. These are your faces.
I whittled you and Jake. Yeah. What do you think? Kind of like Michael with the cornhusk doll with Oscar.
Yeah.
Or whatever that is, he's like, he has the lowest opinion of me out of anybody. I love the idea of, just
the ugliest piece.
Just like use Comic Sans, font on there and just say triplet, live, laugh, love. And just see
triplets is spelled wrong.
Yeah.
Like, oh, cool. Thanks, Fred.
And not even like a normal, like forgot the second T at the end, like put 2 P's and a I. TRIPPLIT. T.
Yeah. That's fun. But that's fun that you guys were thinking about it.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't really need to. You're in the wedding.
I kind of told it to Catherine. I was like, I've spent so much money on this freaking wedding. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say any of that. Yeah. We're so pumped. We were talking yesterday. Catherine's very confident. I am less than very confident about Hattie walking down the aisle.
Yeah.
I think she was like, Catherine was like worried that you were going to get worried if Hattie didn't walk down the aisle or something.
No way.
And I was like, Jake's not going to worry about that.
It's cute either way.
Exactly.
Either way.
Yeah, Hattie just has like some stage fright kind of sometimes. And I'm like, I could see her she's stubborn. And once she just decides not to do it, she's not going to do it. And Catherine's like, no, she'll be fine. We'll see.
I think Catherine made the good point, though, maybe that like her responsibility to guide Rachel's niece, Lucy, down the aisle could get her over the stage fright hump.
Right. She's not thinking about
You're
anything.
the big girl.
Yeah. She's the adult now.
Yeah.
She's responsible for somebody else. Yeah. She's so sweet, man. So anyway.
It'll be fun. It's going to be a fun weekend. And so, yeah, next Monday's episode will probably be the one recapping all of it and anything fun that happens. So
anything fun.
Anything fun that happened.
I mean, if something fun happens, we'll talk about it.
If something fun happens, we will chat. We will dive into it later. But yeah, yesterday was fun. All moved in as I was like moving out of my house. So this is like, I moved out during like in the morning, went and did some stuff. Then later that night, I was like, all right, I need to go back to the house, grab a few more last minute things. Like the movers had accidentally packed up my like Google Fiber router. I was like, oh, like I'm not taking this, this needs to stay in the house. So stuff like that. And as I'm leaving, like I said bye, I'm in the driveway to leave the Olathe driveway for the last time.
You cry?
No. Our next door neighbor comes over and introduces himself to me for the first time.
Next door neighbor,
yeah. Jim. We had never met.
What's Jim? Paint me a picture of Jim.
Paint me a picture, mama. He is probably 72.
Okay.
He,
geriatric Jim.
Pretty baggy slacks.
Baggy slacks.
Yeah.
Pleated?
Yes.
Oh, good for him.
5'9".
Okay.
Still got his hair.
Oh, good.
Not too gray either.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah.
You know what? Put Jimbo down for 66. Maybe he's not that old.
Okay.
But he's a pretty nice guy. Some weird posture at times. I feel like he would go from standing upright to then like really hunched over and then back to upright again. Couldn't quite figure that out.
What? Out of nowhere?
Yeah, I don't know. He would just kind of bend over. I don't know.
His shoes came untied, so, out of nowhere, he would just like, so you live here long?
Just like the way he would shift his weight. I don't know. It was like not a natural, like just going from like left to right foot. It was like going from straight up and down to like, I don't know, like 70-degree angle.
Seeing if you have like, enough oil in your car underneath it or something. Like, yeah, you got an oil leak under there. Like,
So already I was just like, man, this is so nice of him to come over. That is so unfortunate that it is as I am leaving.
Right.
And so right away, he's like, hey, I want to introduce myself. It's, Jim and Pam. We live next door. And
no
like,
way.
PB and J.
Jim and Pam?
Yeah.
Wow. Did we know this?
Yeah. They invited us over like 2 weeks into living there, and it was like a margarita party.
Oh, that was them. I thought that was 2 houses down for some reason.
No, that's Roscoe, who we played pickleball with.
Roscoe's a little bit of like a
firecracker.
Yeah, he likes the 4th of July kind of guy, right? Like Halloween kind of guy.
But also we got some packages from Roscoe. It seems like he ordered some DVDs of The Chosen. So
okay,
he's a guy.
4th of July is for America. It's for freedom. It's for absolutely. Founded on Christian values in America. Thank you very much.
So anyway, Jim comes over. He's like, want to introduce myself. I'm like, oh yeah, it's about time, And he's like, yeah, I know you travel a lot. Other people have told me. And I think the first question I asked him was like, how long you been living here? And then that really took the conversation in a direction I was not expecting. Because I was like, yeah, when did you guys move here? And he goes, right after 9/11. I said, well, that's an easy way to remember.
What year? You should, September of 2011. Okay, so about 22 or 12 years. Okay. Right after 9/11.
He goes right after 9/11.
Did you go? Oh, never forget. Did you say that?
I said, easy way to remember it. And then, dude, he just talked to me about 9/11 for like at least 5 minutes.
Okay,
just like a really long time.
Like a summary or like giving you his feelings. Like, did he just say like, here's what happened. There were 2 towers in New York City. So New York City is one of the biggest, e-commerce. No.
You think trade center, you think like stock exchange. It's not that.
It's not just that.
It's way bigger.
Yeah.
So no, it wasn't like a Wikipedia article. It was more of like
that's what he was bending down to do, is actually looking at his Wikipedia. It's like, the Twin Towers was its nickname.
Al Qaeda.
Al Qaeda. Osama bin Laden. Yeah.
He was just kind of recapping how he remembered that day. Oh, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And he did this thing. This is great because I feel like either you or I recently on the podcast talked about having an interaction with a person like this, and I can't remember the specifics of it.
Okay.
But it was basically like...
was it the Uber driver thing? Sorry.
Yes, you nailed it.
Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, you nailed it. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Yes, where you try to relate and then you get denied.
Yes. Well, not exactly that. No,
This is what this guy did. So he was talking about how he was like, I remember like hearing on the radio just like all this crazy stuff's happening, and I remember thinking it does sound crazy, but believe it or not, I went to St. Louis that day, and I go, oh my God, I was like, you were on a plane the day of 9/11. He goes, well, I drove. So I was like, oh well, that's not like newsworthy then. You drove on 9/11? Yeah, we all did. What? I don't understand why that was noteworthy information. So I was like, oh okay. And then a couple minutes later, he goes, my brother was in Manhattan at the time. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I can't imagine having a family member there, knowing they're in Manhattan, New York. And he goes, he didn't say Manhattan, Kansas.
Oh, that's what I thought. I was like, well, I mean, he was in college at K-State.
No, but I was like, I can't imagine having a brother in Manhattan. And he goes, well, he was nowhere near it. I was like, oh, all right.
Okay.
Screw me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So why'd you tell me, Jim?
Yeah, okay. So yeah, it kind of was like that Uber driver he had.
Yeah.
Like you can't. All right. Well, dude, I'm trying pretty hard.
And I remember every single news station had it on. Everything on the radio was all about it. And you're like, oh, I remember that too. All those channels. He's like, well, you didn't have the cable that I had, so you probably didn't see every news station.
Well, you were what, 4th grade? So I can't imagine. You probably didn't have DirecTV at that time.
How did you know that it was like a big deal in 4th grade? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember it pretty vividly.
Yeah.
I just remember like teachers are freaking out. They wheeled in a TV to our classroom for us to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like, oh man.
Yeah.
That's kind of sketchy.
You thought you were watching Bill Nye, and instead you're not.
Yeah, no. I remember going to either it was choir or music, whatever class we had later that day, and our teacher calming us down and being like, no one is going to bomb Stratford, Missouri.
Oh, really?
Because that was like the sentiment, I feel like, was like, who's next? America's under attack.
Yeah. I don't think I remember feeling fear like that because I don't think I understood it well enough. But I remember Audrey Altweiss came in. She said planes hit, the Twin Tower or World Trade Center. And I remember thinking, I've never heard of the World Trade Center.
Yeah, no idea.
And then we had computer class later that day. And so the whole assignment for every single kid was just try to find any information you could from any website. And all the websites were like jammed. Like really? It was like
jammed.
Yeah, whatever it was. It was like the internet didn't work, basically. Like whatever site. And it was like specific like news sites were not working. Because I was like, we would try to go to a website, and whatever. E-Bombs World worked.
Clip, no problem.
Yeah. But then all the news.com or whatever it was that we were trying to find. I shouldn't say fun. That's a very unique memory of that day of trying to use the internet and the internet doesn't work. Yeah. And then I remember going home, like I always, would watch TBS, watch Fresh Prince reruns and stuff, after school, and every single channel was covering this event. And that's when I realized like, okay, this is different than just like,
State of the Union.
Yeah. It's like,
taking over the channels.
TBS, like it's one thing if, ABC's covering it.
Al-Qaeda's coming for TBS. No.
That's when you know. So anyway, so you and Jim, you're talking, just connecting on 9/11.
We just talked 9/11 for a while, but probably the best part, I'll just call this the my people pleaser moment of the week. Did you see Isaac's close friend story?
I did.
Yeah, so that kind of ruins it for you, but basically, so Jim is he's just being a really nice guy, and I didn't have the heart to tell him like, well, I'll never see you again. Like I'm leaving right now for the final time. And I just didn't have the nerve to tell him. And so he's like, Memorial Day weekend's coming up. What are you doing this weekend? And I go, nothing much.
I'm racking my brain. Do I have
something?
Do I have a prior engagement? I can't remember.
So I told him nothing much. And then
much.
He presses me on it. He's like, wow, Memorial Day? I figured you'd have something. And I go,
busy guy like you? A young strapping bachelor?
I literally go, I might go up to Iowa. Didn't even say why. Like it wasn't even like I have family there.
Yeah, who's in Iowa? Oh, my fiance and about 300 of our friends and family.
I just said, go up to Iowa. And he was like, well, that's great. He didn't ask any follow-up questions after that. He's like, well,
Like
that's nice.
Okoboji probably up there, huh?
Yeah, Clear Lake, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, I said nothing much. Might go to Iowa.
Why didn't you? So you were worried that he would be sad that you were leaving, like, and not going to live there anymore? Or did you, is that truly the reason? Or was it more like, I just don't want to have a more conversation. I'm ready to be done with this conversation.
I think the biggest chunk of the pie was like, I don't know.
Chunk of the pie.
You know, if it was a pie chart of like the reasons why
Most
I did
people
it.
say piece of the pie.
Do they?
Yeah.
A chunk of my pie.
Uh-huh.
Is
You want
because
another
I was
chunk?
worried about him, just like weird, like Karen type behavior coming from the neighborhood, the HOA. Like, if I don't live there anymore, am I allowed to rent this out? I don't know. I didn't want to like bring that up.
Sure.
That was the main thing that was like on my mind. It's like,
Because
let's
he
just,
knows that you're the owner.
yes.
Okay.
It's like,
That's
let's
fair.
just not bring it up.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to know.
It's like, oh, cool. So your wife's moving in soon, you know?
Yeah. No, it'll be like 5 guys that are like between the ages of like 21 and 25. You know, I just like, I feel like I could see people like, if they
Yeah.
wanted to raise a fuss, they could. It would be annoying, even though everything's totally fine.
No, totally. That makes sense too.
So that was a big thing. I think another thing was like, yeah, just elongating this small talk conversation.
You've already talked about 9/11. How much more is there to cover?
Look, I
right?
was really polite about 9/11, and I feel like you kind of shut me down. So you don't get to learn about my wife.
But I'll see you for margaritas in July.
But yeah, you let me know when the alcohol party's coming around again.
Because you and Rachel just are, big wine drinkers, margarita.
yeah.
Yeah.
I had like a seltzer before a show this past weekend, and Tom made such a big deal about it that it made me never want to drink again. Whoa, Jake's getting crazy.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and then I think we all went out that night later, and I had a margarita that night, and Tom was going,
Dude,
this
yeah.
guy's drank more alcohol today than I saw him drink all last tour.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, well, if I'm going to be treated like so differently, then this is no longer worth it.
That's amazing. like you hear well, not even here. You see the classic caricature of like, if you're a Christian and you don't drink, people are going to make fun of you, whatever. And I never felt that way in college. Like I would go to parties where people were drinking and I would just be like, oh, I'm good. I'll just have water. No one ever was like, you're just going to have water,
Dude,
you loser. Like never once. And then now that you're 31 years old, 32.
Getting made fun of for drinking.
Look at this guy. Yeah, finally. Like, let me pressure him into it some more. And it's like, cool.
All right.
Thanks, dude. Give me a Dr. Pepper next time. That is, it's like, you don't experience it when you're young, but you're experiencing it when you're older now.
Yeah.
Like, did you ever experience, probably not going to SBU. You probably didn't like encounter that very often.
One story I think of when you said like not getting made fun of for that is I remember like a really cool like basketball player for SBU came and like sat at the lunch table with me one day. It's like I didn't really know this guy, and like I looked up to all the athletes. I thought they were like the coolest people,
Sure.
And he was like trying to invite me to some party and asked me if I like smoked or drank, and I was like, no, I don't do that. Which felt like nervous at the time to like tell this guy who like
Right.
apparently thinks I'm cool, has heard good things about me, wants me to come to his party. He's like, you smoke, drink? And I was like, no, I don't do that. And he was like, dude, good for you, man. That's awesome.
Right?
I was like, oh, that was so like, I was so nervous to say I don't.
Yeah.
But then when I did, he was like respected it a lot. He's like, well, you should still come, dude.
I think if you're out there listening to this and you're a high school kid and you're worried about that, like, don't be as worried as you think you should be.
Yeah.
Or whatever, however old you are, however, like.
Yeah, I was
if you ever-
21 when I was worried about saying that.
Yeah. And it was like, people, if anything, I'm always like, well, it's cheaper for me to be at the party. Like, I'm just drinking water out of one cup.
It's
like,
so much cheaper.
yeah. Like it's expensive. Alcohol is expensive.
I had no
If
idea.
For nothing else, don't drink it for that reason.
Totally. I don't think I realized that until I was probably 27 years old. I saw someone else's receipt at a bar that I was walking up to.
Yeah.
And they had spent like a couple $100.
Crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah. On
On just like temporary feelings.
they have something called free refills. And you get it for maximum at a bar and grill, $4.
And that's what's great. So if you go to a restaurant, yeah, you are going to pay $3 for a soda. But if you go to a bar, soda's free. Because they're like,
Yes.
most of the time.
They're like, I don't
anyway.
care, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, just take it. Get
Yeah.
out of my way. Awesome.
Right.
Great.
Oh, it's
People don't even have to know. They think it's rum and Coke. No, I told them to hold the rum.
hold the rum.
It's just Coke.
Gin and tonic, hold the gin.
Actually, hold the tonic too.
Yeah, I'm good with the tonic too. Just give me water. Yeah.
Water with a lime.
Water with the lime in there. Yeah, anyway. So those are your PSAs, for this week is, hey, don't be ashamed of not drinking.
Yes, and don't be ashamed of your wedding.
That's another thing.
That was my bad.
Is there going to be alcohol at the wedding?
Yes, that was another thing we're trying to figure out too.
Thank goodness. I'm just kidding.
I was like, I don't foresee a lot of my friends really going crazy with it. And so I was like, with that in mind, I think we could probably do an open bar and it not end up costing anyone that much money because no one's going to. I think it's very nice to offer that and knowing that our friends are not going to take advantage of it. Right.
So it's not like I've seen some venues where it's like, if you have an open bar, it's $20 per person that you have like at the wedding. Yours is not like, yours is just like whatever alcohol we use, that's how much they charge you.
Yeah. Now that we're saying this, I might have misspoke a little bit. I'd like to redact it. Redact it. I think it's like cocktail hour, open bar, go crazy. Wedding reception, I think unlimited like beer, wine, and seltzer.
Classic.
And if you want mixed drinks.
So we're talking open bar at the very beginning. Daddy going double fistos. Because I'm a big drinker, baby.
Get it while you can.
Yeah. That flower girl over there, she's just curious. I won't give her too much. No, whatever.
I think that's how it'll be.
Fun.
But yeah, try to figure out like how much, because it's cheaper if you bring your own beer in.
Sure.
And they're like, how much do we bring? I'm like, I am the last person. I have no idea. How to estimate that in general.
I think there should be someone whose profession is to estimate food and drink. Like pizzas, how do you ever know? In Florida for the trip, we got pizza one night and Brooks is like, how many pizzas should we get? And I tried to estimate it and I was like, I think on average, everyone's eating 2.5 pieces. And so we got enough pizza for 2.5 pieces each. And Brooks got the biggest pizza pieces I've ever seen.
Yeah,
do you remember those things?
Yeah, they were long.
I was like, Brooks, no one's eating 2.5 of those things except for Big Dad. like Catherine couldn't even probably finish one.
There are a lot of websites like pizza calculators.
See, people are making lots of money off of this.
Pizzaneed.com.
Yeah, we didn't have alcohol at our wedding. And I remember the wedding, we had a wedding, coordinator, planner, whatever. Mm-hmm. And she's like, And she's like, what time you guys want to leave the wedding reception? I think we said 11:30, like kind of late. And she's like, oh, you need to plan on leaving before that. Cause if there's no alcohol, people aren't going to want to stay. And like, she was serious about it. And it was like one of those like classic, like, like ministering to this woman, like moments where like at the end of the night, she was like, I've never seen a wedding this fun and exciting. And I can't believe that, with, the circumstances. It was like, we had vintage Dr. Pepper bottles. That was our that's crazy drink. Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
And it was one of those things where it was like, so many of our friends just know how to have a good time and who cares? And it was like, we were just out of college.
Especially at that age. Yeah.
Yeah. Half the people weren't even legally able to drink. And anyway, fun times.
That's pretty cool. That's fun. Yeah. So we did all that. They did ask, they're like, okay, what about, forget numbers, just like preference of beer. And so I said Coors Light because I think I had seen you and Isaac drink that sometime.
Mountains are blue, baby. That's great. You're like, I'm a Coors guy most of the time.
Yeah, it's safe. It's not Coors. I'm not drinking it. Yeah,
that's awesome. I love
being decisive.
The idea of you being in like that situation and just having no opinion, but trying to have an opinion. Like I've heard,
I'll do my best.
Modelo maybe is a thing. I don't know.
Mezcal, is that a beer? I know that's something. Get 4 of them, whatever it is. Get
Patron.
4.
Patron, I think, is a thing.
I remember T-Pain in high school rapping about it.
Rappers like Patron beer, I think. They're big Patron beer guys.
Oh, I will say I learned, Rachel was like, okay, they're say they do this or they can do it well. And I was like, okay, I've heard this word before, like tequila well.
Yes.
And I got it wrong. Oh, I thought it was the nicer top shelf stuff, but it's not. It's the cheaper stuff.
Yeah.
So we learned.
So that is what it means, though, is just cheaper versions of like the mixed drink?
Yep.
Okay. Because, like
a malt liquor, I think.
In college, like Thursday night, it's like $1 Wells or whatever.
Yeah, it's a weird, I don't know how to even put it in a sentence.
$1 Wells on Thursdays.
Like, I'm drinking from the well. Oh, I ordered a well.
I got
tequila well. I want, dude.
Medium well.
I'm not even joking that much.
Oh, no, you order a medium well. You say, can I get, no, you do. Where do you think the steak comes from? That's why everyone wants medium rare. Jake, not medium well.
I know it's not that.
You don't know. You're pretty sure. You don't know.
Yeah.
You get a small well, a medium well, a large well.
Oh, venti well.
Venti well. Yeah. Grande well.
Yeah, Starbucks. If you don't want, I don't need the good stuff. Just a little espresso to get me through.
Yeah,
Like
I
a
guess.
tall well.
I guess like a well is like a category of quality,
Yeah, I guess so.
which well is pretty like should be pretty good.
That's what I would think too. Yeah, comes from the earth,
The old well
comes
water.
from the well.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's been alcohol talk. Speaking of drinks, we've got old sponsor but new segment.
Yes.
We're going to talk about Beam. They're awesome. We've talked about them. We've talked about Allie, our girl. Listens to the podcast now. Brandon's Coffee Corner made a little video for the Facebook group this week, and I saw some Beam up in the corner.
Beam be amazing. And
Yeah.
he was the one that texted last week and said the Sunny D flavor of Beam is incredible.
It hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I agree.
We're going to do a little segment. So their big thing, even their big acronym, basically of sorts, BEAM, Beam, is Be Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So we're each going to talk about something, some action that was amazing, something that was amazing for us.
Yeah. So I've been watching a lot of playoff basketball this past week. Hadn't watched it since Scottsdale. And I watched probably 15 minutes in Scottsdale when we were there.
Yeah.
But I kept like people would be like, "Are you an NBA fan?" I'm like, "I am, but I just haven't sat down." So this week I decided to sit down and watch the games. All of them, like it was almost 2 sweeps in a row. Like it was just not like super like, I mean, they were still good games, whatever. But even though the Lakers got swept, LeBron is 38 years old in the Western Conference Finals. Basically, my Be Amazing is just LeBron James. I found a stat that is he leads the like all-time NBA playoff scoring list with over 8,000 points. The second place person is Michael Jordan with 5,987.
Oh, wow. That might be an unbreakable record.
It's got to be. Like, it's just like, and like the difference in, LeBron and MJ, like Kyrie doesn't even have that many points. Like in his, like, it's just like, there's so many like crazy stats that I was trying to find like compounded on this. But like, basically he's just so much farther ahead of everybody. He's amazing. Be amazing. Be amazing.
LeBron
G amazing.
Yeah, LeBron is cool. It's very impressive. The longevity, the success, how he's been like the most like, prolific, like touted, like the most pressure a high school athlete's ever had on him in his life. And he's like handled it so well. No controversies, no allegations.
It's really, it is
married his high school sweetheart.
wild. Like how successful he's been and yet still how we all choose to like have like, all these debates about him.
So many people hate LeBron.
I don't hate him, but at the same time, I don't know if I like truly love him like I should for how good he is.
That's fair.
Like
we've gotten to grow up and see LeBron his entire career, but I don't feel this like, adoration towards him.
like wow,
Yeah.
like the way we feel about MJ, basically.
Yep.
Like, do you think it's because LeBron's too big? Like seriously, like do you think he's like? Do you think if LeBron were?
That might be the allure with Steph Curry a little bit.
I think,
wow, this guy
or
weighs
even
100
Michael Jordan, like he was 6'6", but he was not like LeBron is so jacked and like physically just a specimen. And so I think sometimes you're like, well, he's not that good. He's just huge.
That's
and
why people
so
like
fast.
Tom Brady. You guys never had a, even a 4-pack in his life. He's very soft bodied.
Yeah. And Michael Jordan was strong. No, don't get me wrong, but like LeBron is just a physical, just anomaly.
Yeah.
And so I think maybe that's why we don't like him as much. Cause like, well, yeah, if I had LeBron's body, I would be as good as he was too,
That's kind of a funny thought. I don't hate it.
That's why I like Kobe. Kobe was not like, whoa, so strong, so huge.
He was more like typical NBA body, probably.
Yeah. But all that to say, numbers don't lie. LeBron James, 8,000 playoff points is insane.
That is amazing.
Insane. 8,000 in the playoffs, not just the playoffs. So
the first weekend on tour, the whole bus got in this huge Jordan versus LeBron debate, and I didn't say a single word.
Really?
I just get so tired of all that. It's like, I liked them both. They're awesome.
there's no way of truly being like, this is obviously the answer.
Yeah, it's like, why are we even debating this?
Yeah. Who are you going to choose on? It just depends on what you value the most.
Yep.
What do you value the most? And I value Kobe. So Kobe's the right answer, but not really. It's Steph, actually.
Steph Curry's cool. Steph, if you're listening, we love you.
The Air Force is cool.
That's a funny quote. I mean, the Air Force? Okay, my Be Amazing is going to be the guys who moved me from Olathe to Shawnee yesterday.
Yeah. Let's hear about it.
Were awesome.
Okay.
So just real quick, the whole just moving process, I call them, a couple weeks ago, I'm like, hey, I'm trying to get a quote for this move. Like, all right, let's get a few details. Like, what are we moving? And, I'm going, it's really just one bedroom. Like, I live in a 5-bedroom house, but it's just one bedroom. And I feel like she had to re-clarify that with me like 4 different times. So it's just the one bedroom. I'm like, yeah, it is just the one bedroom.
Talk about
an
anomaly. Yeah.
I was looking for a quote, not some shame. Okay, can you leave that for somebody else? It's just just call me a piece of garbage and let's move on.
The bed's super heavy though. It's like made out of like quality, like high.
Oh, it's like light bamboo. I put it together myself. It's pretty chill actually. I don't own a truck and.
Yeah,
figured this
I don't know anybody who does.
I know my roommates are so nice. They offered multiple times, like let me know whenever you need help moving. You offered to help, but I don't know. I just like To me, that's just my personality. I don't even know how to describe that part of my personality. Which is like let's let professionals do it. I don't mind paying them because I would feel. Even if you did help me, I would want to pay you, but I don't know if I paid you enough. Like I'd rather just pay someone 100% of what they ask me to pay them. And then the peace of mind is just like, great.
Yeah.
We both got exactly what we wanted out of this. And the professionals, there's bang, bang.
Yeah.
So they come in and they just had the best attitudes. It was like these 2 guys in their 20s. And
sorry, go ahead.
I walk them into my bedroom, like, this is basically it. And I've been getting so many like packages even in my own house, just like clothes I'm ordering, or is there so many Bad Birdie packages I just get for free from the golf sponsorship. Tacoma sent me clubs. So I've got just a lot of big boxes in there that I was planning on throwing out, but I hadn't gotten around to it yet. So it's like, I'm so sorry about all the boxes and the cardboard. And they're like, this is awesome. Like we can just pack all your stuff up in these boxes and then we don't have to charge you. I was like, oh, cool. And then they were finding like old Amazon packages that kind of those sealed envelopes that have like thin bubble wrap in them. Like, this is great. And so they're like the YouTube plaque right here. They were like wrapping an Amazon package. They just had the best attitude. They were like MacGyvering everything.
Yeah.
They're like, we can use this for this.
They were saving you tons of money.
This is the perfect size for his computer monitor. They're like, not even really including me on the conference. They're just geeking out by themselves. Like, dude, this is amazing. Look at it. Look what I'm doing here. I'm wrapping it around the corners. And they were just like so fired up. They had an amazing attitude.
That would be a fun puzzle. It's just like, hey, the answer is here in the boxes. How do we use the boxes?
Here's a cardboard box that held a golf club. Make it work for a computer.
Yeah.
And they would do it.
That's fun. Oh, I bet they had a great attitude coming in there because they're like, he has one bed, one desk, and some clothes. Yeah. Compared to what these guys are moving on a daily basis, refrigerators, couches, and they come in, they're like, this is a good day. Yeah. And then they took some extra time to like get a little creative with the boxes. And so they're like, we don't have to go to that next job yet.
Yeah. Yeah, they brought the size of the truck they brought. I mean, could have almost fit the physical house itself in it. And I was like, wow, that is huge. I was like, what size? And they're like, this truck can really fit like a 4-bedroom house. I was like, what about like a queen size bed? Can it fit that?
Did you take a picture of it by chance?
No, I should have. That would have been funny, like how little was packed into the back. But
because it's amazing, like when Bamford, the guy that delivers some of my furniture from Alice Custom Creations, will like load up like what I think of as like a huge table. It looks like nothing in his delivery truck. Yeah. So I'm sure your 6 boxes and bed and desk, just look like it barely fit in the corner kind of thing.
Have you ever seen or heard of wardrobe boxes?
Yes.
They're about the shape of maybe a small refrigerator sized box, but then they put a little, bar on it and you hang your clothes. That was awesome. So we were all working together. They were throwing up boxes and putting clothes on it. Super efficient. I think we packed up my entire house in like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And got out of there. And one of the first things they did though when they got in there is they were like kind of packing up stuff and they're like, so our notes say that you're an influencer. And I go, whoa, hold on. I was like, I guarantee you, nowhere in the notes did I say I was an influencer. I guarantee you that. Oh. And I was like, old Jen, who I talked to on the phone, must have done a little homework or something. I was like,
she's like, okay, Instagram handle?
Yeah. So I don't know how, I'm like, that is pretty funny. And they were, good sports about it. I was like, do not take that off the notes.
No way.
And so like, say you're an influencer. So we talked about it. Cause but then they saw the YouTube plaque and some other stuff. Sure. And so they kind of started putting it together. But
dude, that's funny. Do you think she looks up everybody or do you think she recognized your name?
I have an answer for you. Come to find out, I think they might have been lying because one of the movers, his wife is just a big fan.
Oh.
And so maybe he just saw, I don't actually know how he pieced those two things together, actually, how his wife knows who his clients are. But either way, we took a selfie for his wife.
Oh, that's cool.
So that might have been how.
Have you ever used the word influencer to describe yourself?
I don't think ever.
I did the other day.
Did you? Talk to me about it.
Yeah.
Or should we wrap up
Yeah,
be amazing.
Be amazing.
So basically, these movers were just amazing. They made the experience so much better. Free promo for them. It was the company called Moving Pros with a Z.
Yeah.
If you're in Kansas City.
Be amazing. Also has a Z in it.
With a Z. It's all a big Z from A to Z.
Yeah.
A-M-Z. Yeah.
Thing.
But yeah, Beam is great too. If you like super greens.
Yes, I've been having them a lot lately.
Or if you like moving around.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Like just your body moves like I did yesterday.
Yeah. Or if you want your gut to move around and be more healthy.
Yes.
Take some gut health.
Yeah.
Check out their website, youcanbeam.com. YouCanBeam, BEAM.com. They have all sorts of great products. The ones we like to highlight right now are the super greens, the gut health stuff. But it's really like super, super delicious stuff that also is healthy for you. We're really proud to advertise for them, that they're sponsors of ours. The super greens have 28 fruits and veggies. They're premium ingredients in there. They are truly the real deal. It makes you just feel healthier when you have it.
Yeah. The stuff tastes amazing. It even just looks like Brett said. Just go to their website. The branding, the packaging, it looks nice.
It does.
It's fun to look at. Specifically, their gut health probiotic. Let me just read off some of these benefits because it is kind of crazy how much you get. Minimize bloating. Improved digestion. Regularity in the bathroom. Healthy gut bacteria.
My name is Bacteria and I'm healthy.
Skin clarity.
Whoa. I can see right through that.
And elevated mood.
Hey guys, I'm way up here.
I'm higher up now.
Oh.
So many benefits. So go to youcanbeam.com. Use code GRKC for 10% off your purchase. The link is also in the description below. GRKC, 10% off. You can beam.
Yes.
All right, talk to me, influencer.
So the other day at church, it was the Awana night. It was like the night where we were having the Awana Awards. So it was a couple weeks ago, and we were out like waiting for Hattie to be ready to go into the auditorium. So I was hanging out with the little kids out on the church playground. There was one other couple there playing with their kids on the church playground doing the same thing, and just getting to know these people. They seem really cool. And so she asked me what I did, and initially I said, I'm a furniture maker. I only said that. And then I feel like I don't remember how the conversation got to this point. And I could have easily just said I have a podcast, or I think I said like, and I don't like to use this word, but maybe I'm an influencer. And Catherine was like, I don't know if he's an influencer.
That's pretty funny.
And the girl's like, okay, let me check you out. What's your Instagram? And she looked it up. She's like, I already follow you. No way. I thought I recognized you.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And it was like, cool. And I had a hat on, so maybe she just didn't recognize me in the same way. I don't know. But it was just funny how she, had talked to me for probably 25 minutes before I ever said this. But I felt so awkward say influencer.
Yeah. This is like a very micro awkward thing. I want to know if you feel the same way. But when people are like, they learn about what I do, dude, that's so cool. It sounds like I would love that. Like, what's your name? And I say Jake Triplett. And they're like, all right, I'll look you up. And I'm like, well,
I know.
I don't like that.
Oh, you don't like? Wait. What do you mean? Sorry, I was thinking you were saying something else.
Like, I don't like that. That my Instagram is like my name is not like where they can go to find it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, what's your? Okay, I'll just look up Ellis Custom Creations. It's like, well, no, that's actually. Brad
like
Ellis.
Literally, almost completely just tables on there. Yeah, I've had the thought of like, do I just like? I don't know, because I'm still doing Ellis Custom Creations, EllisCustomCreations.com on Instagram. But like, do I change? Do I start that content or start an account that I put content on instead?
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where it's like, if I ever wanted to like try to market, hey, Jake and I can do stand-up comedy. It's like, great. Like, let me see your profile. Let me see anything about you. It's like, look at my Instagram stories every once in a while to see things about me. But like most of the time I don't post very much. So it's like, it's just tough. I don't know. And I don't want to be like a slave to the Instagram game either. So
some guys recognized me a couple nights ago and they were like, you're on TikTok, aren't you? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, what's your name? Jake Triplett. Oh, dude, we'll look you up. And they're like, they're looking at it, and I know it's like, I haven't posted on there. What you're seeing right now, I don't put any time into. I don't like that you're seeing that. It's like, you should look up, but then I don't want to be like, oh, you should look up Mood Swings or Correct Opinions or, Ghostrunners or Jean Shorts. And then it's like, well, that's annoying too.
I would just start with like, what's your name? Well, our Instagram is Jean Shorts Comedy. Or, whatever.
My friend makes tables at Ellis Custom Creek. You should look at that.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. That is funny. But yeah, the influencer thing. And then I actually had a similar experience. I went to a kid's birthday party this past weekend.
Oh, Catherine was telling me about this.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, I finally felt like that adult feeling of going to a kid's birthday party where I mean, if anybody that was there is listening, I didn't want to go at all because it was a kid that we like that the kids kind of know from church. I like have talked to their parents a few times, but it's never been for more than like 30 seconds, a minute at a time. And it was just one of those things where it's like, as an adult, I don't feel like I need to be here.
Yeah. Did Hattie want to go?
Oh, Hattie was pumped about it.
Okay.
And it was even more like, I think Bo was excited because the kid he was turning 4, so he's closer to Bo's age. Anyway, they were excited. It was like a wet and wild, like outdoor.
Look out.
Hello. And so they were having fun doing all the sprinklers and whatever stuff. But I get there and actually like right when I got there, another guy walked in that I was like, I recognize this guy from my childhood. And if anybody's listening out there, I know that people will know his name is Mark Weatherford. And he was an Olathe Bible Church guy. And a lot of all my best friends went to Olathe Bible Church. So I was like, and he looks the exact same. So I was like, I know him. And I was like, he's like, I definitely recognize you. I think from childhood, whatever. And then his wife, who did not go to that church, saw me and she's like, so you went to K-State? I went to K-State. I guess maybe that's how you know, like, what were you involved in at K-State? And I kept like trying to tell her all these different things. And then like we had talked on and off for like an hour at this party, and then she's finally like, I got to figure out how do I recognize you?
And you're just kind of like, I don't know. I just have one of those faces, I guess.
And finally I was like, okay, I'll level with you. Like, I don't like to preface with this, but I was like, I do make videos. Maybe you've seen some videos of mine.
Yeah.
And she like looked up, she's like, I've totally seen videos of you. And I'm like, yeah.
It's at least satisfying when they have seen the videos. It sucks when you're like, I make videos. And I'm like, nah, I don't have Instagram.
I don't have social media because I'm, more disciplined than you.
All right.
Well, maybe
it is one of those faces.
Maybe you know my
then.
dad. I don't know. So anyway, it was an experience for sure.
That's fun.
Because you never know. Like, you don't want to like assume people are like definitely only knowing you from that.
No, yeah, you give them some chances. See, hey, let's figure this out. Hey, you know anyone from SBU? Or how long you live in Kansas City? Let's do our due diligence. And
yeah.
Like, all right, I just got to tell you.
All right, it's time. So,
got some fun stories for me from the road this week.
Yeah.
A little just first one right off the bat. I mean, an hour into the trip this weekend, very early morning. 6 a.m. flight, flying out to Salem, Oregon, and as we're like walking into the airport, Isaac goes, man, I hope I can fall asleep on this flight. I was like, yeah, it would be nice.
Because he doesn't fall asleep on flights.
Not normally.
Yeah.
And so then we kind of part ways as we go through security. We meet back up at the gate, and Isaac has like a 36-ounce iced coffee. And I go, what are you doing, dude? And he's like, what? I like coffee. I was like, you just told me, gosh, I hope I could fall asleep on this flight. And he's like, oh, yeah, probably going to be hard now. I'm like, yeah, dude, what are you doing?
Dude, TJ has that theory like, hey, if you're tired enough, drink the coffee, you'll fall asleep, and then you'll wake up and the caffeine hasn't hit you yet.
Yeah.
Which is the stupidest thing ever, but people believe in it.
That is kind of fun. I should try that sometime.
So let me guess, Isaac did not sleep on the plane.
No, he did not. And that ended up being a really long day. By the time we went to bed that night, we had all been awake like 21 hours.
Wow.
On like 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
That was by far the most exhausted collectively the whole group has ever been, I think, after a show. Because flying west, when you gain 2 hours of time. And then we had 2 shows that night too on top of it. So it's just like, dang, we're getting done at 1 a.m. Pacific time. And, I woke up at
yeah.
4 a.m.
Would you have rather flown the night before, or would you have rather done it that way?
Good question. With how much is going on right now, I'd rather just bite the bullet and just be sleepy.
Yeah.
Rather than lose a day in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. But that was another fun thing from that. So for that same gate experience, Isaac's got his big coffee, and the woman kind of like scanning your like boarding pass is a little flustered when I'm getting there. And so she's getting ready to say a new boarding group. And she's like, okay, and now we are boarding. And then right then she kind of scans her my boarding pass and says, Jacob Triplett, have a good, and then realizes it's over the loudspeakers. And so she basically just announced now boarding Jacob Triplett.
Right.
And so Isaac goes after me. He's like, can I get my name announced? So that was kind of a fun start. It's like 6 a.m.
I love confident Isaac. Like,
yeah.
Like when he's feeling it, I love it. Like he is one of the most charmingly like fun, goofy guys. Every once in a while, like shouldn't have said it.
Yeah, all right,
like,
one too many. I'm sure I talked about this probably 2 years ago when it all happened, but you've got to go on a hike with Isaac.
Oh, right.
Because he talks to every single person and he tries to say the most basic thing to him, or the golf course too. Just, hey, better than a good day in the office, though. Right? And the guy's just like, yeah.
Totally, man.
He was throwing those out in Spokane.
Yeah.
Other couple just fun stories real quick. We've got, someone made a comment on like the Facebook group or something, which by the way, the Facebook group is just great. So many, I feel like there's been 10 posts this morning.
It's crazy.
It's just popping.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yes.
I love it. So I saw a comment somewhere. There's like, we need a weekly update on like DJ Michael saying, yo, that's crazy. I saw something like that. And so I jotted down 2 different instances that were like the funniest times when he hit us with it, like, yo, that's crazy.
Let's hear him.
Where did they even go in my notes? One was, the one night we went out, Michael and I were just kind of like sitting in the back, just kind of like making observations at people. Like, what do you think that guy's, what's that guy's job?
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing. And then I pointed out, I was like, did you see that guy over there? He's like, no, I didn't see him. I was like, when I walked by him, he's just pounding chess. He's just playing chess on his phone by himself.
Pounding chess.
And he goes, yo, that's crazy. My man came to a bar just to play chess by himself. And I was like, yeah, it is kind of crazy. And he was just saying it. You got saying it pretty loud. I was like, dude, you got to say, that guy can hear you. That guy.
It's time to, be quiet.
He doesn't need to hear it. And then the other one was our last night. We're getting off the bus. We're staying in a hotel. And so we're asking, like, how far away is the airport from here? And she goes, oh, it's across the street. So it's probably 15, 20 minutes. And just like in her face, he goes, it's across the street in 20 minutes? That's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It can't be across the street in 20 minutes.
I agree with him. He's right.
It had us
That is crazy.
Laughing. But he's also like very charming. It's not like he's being sassy.
Right.
Like it's like the woman was also laughing. And yeah, everyone loves him. So, yo, it's across the street. Yo, that's crazy.
Yo, how big is this street? Oh, that's crazy. It's like level 58 of Frogger on that street, yo.
How big is this street? Yeah, so that was really funny. He's just really good guy. Love hanging with him.
How are the shows themselves?
They were good. Thanks for asking.
I had a hot feeling about them.
Oh, yeah, that was fun that you texted me that.
Yeah,
thanks for saying that. That was a cool encouragement. So fun fact about the Spokane show, which is the second night. So Trey sells out these shows pretty often, but rarely...
Trey and you.
Rarely do 100% of people actually come, right? I mean, like stuff comes up, you forgot about it, whatever. This is the first time ever that every single seat had someone in it. It was like at 100% capacity.
Wow.
Never happened before. And it was like... It was noticeable. It was
really
palpable.
Yeah.
It was so fun. I came off stage and I was like, Trey, you're going to have so much fun up there.
Really?
It was just so loud, dude.
Really?
It was also a good theater, too. I feel like the first run of shows, it was like Columbus was only like maybe 60% full. And then Grand Rapids, that's actually like a music venue. That's not really meant for like to hear laughter back. And so this weekend was like all in like beautiful, ornate, old theaters. They sound amazing. Every show is a blast. But yeah.
So what do you think is a normal, you think like 85%? Well, I guess you said 60. Like,
if he sells 100% of the tickets, I would say 90 to 95% show up.
But even that 10% is like noticeably different.
Yeah, a couple hundred extra people. And yeah, so it was just so loud, so fun. Kind of funny story from that show. So Trey does his VIP meet and greet. Yeah, I think you're going to like this story. Trey does his VIP meet and greet before the show.
Okay.
He meets a number of people that said that they drove up from Montana. A couple of them actually said that they came from a Native American reservation. That's where they live. Like they are Native Americans.
Okay.
One of the people he meets is named Feather. So it's like, whoa, that's cool. That's like your that's your given name. That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know this information. It did not get passed along to me.
Are you at the meet and greet?
No.
Oh, okay.
I do mine for free afterwards. Yeah. So I don't know this. I don't know that there's a Feather in the audience. I definitely don't know that there could be Native Americans in the audience.
Yeah.
I'm 30 seconds into my set. Hey, we got somebody up here, front row. What's your name? And she's like, May May. And I go, oh, okay. For those not watching, I just hit the nay-nay pretty hard.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And Trey's in the back like, dude. Just like, don't do it, man.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Chiefs. Cleveland Indians.
Your high school mascot. You're like, who's next to you? Feather?
So here's what I'll say.
Okay.
It could have been worse. However, I did make one additional joke because then I was like, who you got next to you? Who's that? The Whip? Which everyone laughed at.
Sure.
So it's fine.
I mean, May by itself is a name.
Yes.
You know, Mama is a thing you call your mother. So May is not that ridiculous of a name.
Thankfully, I didn't
It's not
call
like
it Feather.
obviously a Native American name.
And I will say, Trey and I debriefed it afterwards. I was like, did it seem especially dark tonight? Or maybe the opposite. The lights were especially bright. Because like normally you could see the people in the first couple rows. You know who you're talking to. You get an idea of their age. But this was like, I could tell it's a woman, but that is it. I definitely was not,
Right.
that would have helped a little bit.
Well, they had ponytail. You sure it was a woman?
I will. So luckily, yeah, I didn't really go in and like, oh, they're naming white people are naming people everything. I didn't like do anything like that. I was just like, okay, May, and a couple quick jokes. Because then once I learned her husband's name was Peta, then I was like, okay, we have something like culturally going on.
Sure.
I'm definitely not going to go in on this.
This was in Spokane?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I did make a couple, now that I guess I did actually make a couple of jokes and everything, because his name was PETA, like the organization. So then I had to ask a couple, like, you guys have any animals? And, whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, that was a
got
pretty
any
funny
wild
story.
stallions?
May. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just hit
Maybe
it.
a lone wolf?
Wow.
Wow.
So that was
That's
pretty
really
good
funny.
story.
That is, I love that. How's the crowd work? I know you've been like trying to like think about like crowd work questions that can only have, a finite amount of answer. Have you done that yet? Or have you stuck with the more open-ended stuff?
Yeah, I feel like I haven't found it. I haven't
Okay.
like had a ton of success doing that yet. A lot of my time is spent, every city coming up with 3 to 5 minutes of new material every night, which has
Right.
been really fun, and just trying to improve the bits I'm already doing. And so,
Yeah.
no, the crowd work hasn't like found a sweet spot, but I mean, it's still good every night. I feel like I'm still having fun with people. There was one show where this mom kept like trying to like, I think, take a picture of me or a video of me, but her flashlight kept going off. And so I just kind of called it out. I was like, I know we got moms in the audience because that flashlight's out right now and you don't know how to work a phone. And then so kind of quick joke. And then it like goes on again. And so I'm like making more jokes. And then once it happened the third time, I was like, all right, let's just pause. I'm just going to kind of educate you on. And I just told her how the phone like flashlight works. If people got a big kick out of it, I was just like, so in the top left, I'm just doing it by memory. I was like, there's like a lightning bolt symbol. And if there's like a yellow circle around that, the flash is on. And that's how it's been for about 11 years. So, and that got like a big laugh. So I was like, oh, this is great. This is fun. So crowd work's fun. All the shows are going well. I feel like I'm still writing plenty of new stuff every day. It just feels like I'm in stand-up now. Everything I see now is like, oh, that could be a bit. The pillows in Rachel's bed. And like, I'm already... writing material. Yeah, whatever. Just
About marriage and stuff.
Yeah, already starting to like realize things, find things. It's fun. I thought it would be a really fun idea to have my Instagram audience choose how I walked out on stage. They chose the Michael Scott, the twirl. I thought this would be a really fun thing. I fully committed. I did the twirl, and like no one really cared. So I was like,
What do you mean no one? How do you know?
Just I feel like there were like hardly any responses. They were like, this was great, or like, can't believe you did this. It was just like more people were like, you looked a little stiff. Or the people being like,
they were critiquing the twirl.
Yeah, they were like, oh, I thought you were gonna do it, while you were holding or whatever. So I was like, all right, this didn't really go like I thought it would.
I loved it. I watched it 3 times.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It does seem like something that you would appreciate. So
100%.
Thank you for that. Because
If
it's like,
anything else, you have an audience of 1.
sold out crowd. 95% of them have no idea who I am. So like they don't know this is funny. They don't know. They just think this guy's flamboyant start.
No, dude, I loved it. Make that your thing. I'm the Jock Jams guy. You're the twirl man.
I just twirl every time. Yeah.
Well, and until people appreciate it, you add a twirl every time. Until you feel like you have the adequate appreciation. So next time you go 2 twirl, double twirl.
Double twirl. Birmingham.
Eventually you're going to be twirling all the way to the microphone. Then people will say something.
Like,
one
wow.
way or the other.
That was something.
Still look a little stiff though, bud.
Yeah.
That's
But
so fun.
It was fun. Fun idea.
Anything else from the tour?
Oh, probably plenty. But first, let's talk about something else.
Okay.
Have any ideas?
No. How about? No, I don't know.
Yeah, up to, let's see. Let's start with a little Good Ranchers. Let's talk about Good Ranchers meat. American meat delivered.
Give us a little yeehaw.
Yeah! It's been really cool to see how much people are genuinely enjoying it. I mean, there's like a Facebook post or a comment every single day. It's like, I didn't want to believe the hype, but I had it. This is the best meat I've ever had.
And then like 3 comments after that.
Yes,
yes.
We realized that too.
Yeah, this was amazing. I made it for myself. This was amazing. Our kids couldn't stop eating it. We had there's never any leftovers when there's Good Ranch. All these different things.
I feel like the people are just being our spokespersons for us at this point. Everyone, you get it and you agree. It's amazing.
Yes. Yeah. So if you guys don't know, Good Ranchers is American meat delivered. It is, chicken, steak, fish, any kind of seafood you want, the highest quality, the best quality for an affordable price, shipped in bulk, frozen to your door. You freeze it until it's time to cook it, and then you cook it, and then you eat it. Not recommended to have not recommended to eat frozen, I think, is something on our...
They don't like that, but they're just great. It's very high quality, very good meat for you. You get free bacon. They've got a subscription box that you could sign up for.
It's 100% from American farms.
Yes.
Hello. That to me pumps me up. I mean, you're marrying an American farm girl.
Yeah.
And she is benefiting from Good Ranchers.
Yes.
So
support my in-laws.
Support your in-laws. You can also, if you subscribe, you get your price locked in for the entirety of that subscription.
And it's not even the regular price. It's $30 off.
$30 off that, which is wild.
With code GRKC.
Hello.
So get locked in to a monthly, subscription price with $30 off of that with code GRKC. GoodRanchers.com.
The best.
The best.
The best. I went to Monster Jam this week, Jacob.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I saw you did that. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, Bo and I went. It was in Arrowhead Stadium, which is where the Chiefs are.
It's cool.
Do you know anything about Monster Jam?
Not really. I know that it's loud.
Very loud.
Yeah.
I had never been, and kind of intentionally didn't look up anything to know what it was about. And Catherine, when I said I wanted to take Bo, she's like, "Is that a good idea to take kids to this?" And it's actually I think intended for kids. The more,
oh really?
After going to it, sure there were adults there, but I kind of thought to myself, are you here without a kid? I mean, they're really. I mean, so obviously it's monster trucks, so they're just massive trucks, and it was great, man. I will go back again next year.
Really?
For sure. Yeah, it was really fun. First of all, it's just fun. Once again, just going more intentionally one-on-one with Bo or just any of our kids, trying to be more intentional one-on-one with them. He was really excited about it. I didn't tell him until an hour before we were leaving.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Because we weren't sure if he was going to nap earlier that day because he hasn't been napping all the time, and then he's going to stay up later. So what if he's in a bad mood? Whatever.
Yeah.
He's been behaving all day. So I'm like, Bo, do you want to go with me to a monster truck rally? And literally he gasped. He's like, oh! He doesn't even know what it was. He heard monster truck. And
he doesn't even know what he's being invited to.
Yeah, he was so excited. And so we get there, we get our popcorn, we get seated, and right when they start driving all these trucks out, he throws on his earmuffs.
Yeah.
He's very sensitive to the sound, but not. And once he put his earmuffs on, he was fine.
Right.
Yeah, he was totally fine with it. I put my earmuffs on, and then I looked around. Not very many other adult men had their earmuffs on.
That's okay.
But I was like, I have hearing loss already.
I don't drink alcohol.
That's right.
I use earplugs.
Yeah. But it was such an interesting experience because I didn't know what the clientele was going to be because in my head it was maybe this is just very NASCAR adjacent, so therefore it's going to be a bunch of more redneck kind of people, and there was definitely some of that, but there was also plenty of people parents that had little kids that just looked like middle class people, just normal, which whatever, rednecks can be middle class too, whatever, you know what I'm saying though, just normally dressed, nice looking people, and. Which, I mean, red, no, I was kidding.
Their necks weren't actually red.
Yeah. And then there was there was different races there. It wasn't just all white people. It was all sorts of different things. And right when they all drive out there, so it's like a circuit. So in Kansas City, they get points for Kansas City, but then like it, adds up throughout the season. But this was the very last spot on the circuit. So like,
oh, well, sure.
If Gravedigger won tonight, he was the winner of the season kind of thing. So it's kind of a big deal.
What's the name of like the cup or the championship? Do you know?
The Monster Jam Cup. MJC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, MJC. No, I have no idea. But they drive out, and right when they drive out, I believe Gravedigger, like two of the cars, like immediately had like malfunctions. Like they were just like they had to get like towed back into like the tunnel. Yeah, and they're announcing everything on the microphone. Like there's this woman that's like the play-by-play almost is like, Gravedigger, he's had some mechanical issues. They're going to try to figure it out, and I'll try to get to, talk to their crew chief and see what's going on.
Oh, cool.
And turns out I don't remember if it was Gravedigger or the other one, but came back like 15 minutes later, genuinely 15 minutes later. And the report was that they had to change the transmission.
Oh,
I'm like, you can change that. To me, I guess I don't know enough about that stuff. Maybe it's not as impressive to somebody who's like mechanically inclined. But I'm like, I feel like when you have to change a transmission on a car, it takes a lot more than 15 minutes.
Monster truck seems like it would be a bigger transmission.
A huge transmission. But people went nuts when Gravedigger came back out there. Like, it's like there's definitely like people have loyalties towards certain cars and stuff.
Bet.
I think. The cars themselves were all really fun, like decorated. There was one that looked like a shark. So it had like a fin. Bo loved the shark, Megalodon. And then there was do you know what that is? I've never heard of.
It's like an old school, like extinct shark that's like was the biggest ever. They like still find the Megalodon's like teeth every now and then, and they're huge.
Oh, fun. See, I didn't even know. They had Megalodon. They had, what was it called? Something mutt. It was a dog, and it had like ears that flapped as it drove.
No wonder you like the Megalodon.
Megalodon.
There was Megalodon, there was Woolly Mammoth, and there was like Yippee Chihuahua.
Monster Jam Mutt. What is it called? What is it? Oh, I figured for sure that would make it. I would be able to find it with that. Monster Mutt is what it's calling on here, but I don't think that's what. Anyway, and then they had one that was a zombie. And so like they had arms like sticking out of it.
That's pretty cool.
So
it's like homecoming floats.
Yeah. And so like, and they had one that was, fire truck looking like they call it Axe. And so all these different ones, and Bo loved, everything. But at the same time, it was like, I couldn't talk to him. Like, he'd look at me and he'd be like, and I'm like, what? And I like look at him, like get him right in front of my face. Still couldn't hear anything he's saying. But it was so fun. They had 3 different levels of the competitions. One of them was a race, one-on-one racing. Then they had something called skills, and then they had freestyle. So and we
How
actually,
long were you there?
We stayed for like an hour and a half, and then we left.
Okay, that's solid.
Because like after an hour and a half, they're like, okay, it's halftime, and it was 8:30, and I'm like, we can't. They're like, okay, so like 20 minutes later, we'll get started again. And I'm like, we can't wait till 9 to get started.
That's enough Megalodon.
Yeah. And so I was like, Bo, it's over. And he's like, I don't think it's over. I was like, yeah, it's over. I'm pretty sure it's over.
Really?
Everyone's leaving. See how everyone's going out there?
Goodbye. Yeah, they're playing the song. Yeah, we are the Yeah, I think it's over.
I'm pretty sure it's over. And so anyway, we watched the racing. It was really fun. And then the freestyle, dude, it's kind of wild what these trucks can do. Like they can get on 2 like front wheels only or back wheels only.
Oh, hind legs.
So literally yeah, it's like literally like vertical, this massive truck. And they're just driving it back and forth, like up a hill, like up a ramp, all these different things.
That's pretty impressive.
They can do it it can do the same thing, but on its, both right tires can be sideways and they can like drive around. And every once in a while they tip over.
Yeah.
And so this big crane, like, or big construction thing would come, pull it back on, on its wheels or whatever. But it was so fun. Like every single driver had their own like theme music, kind of like a baseball walkout.
Good.
So the zombie, it was Thriller, so
okay, sure.
Right when it's like, and next up, dun 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 bum bum, zombie, dun dun dun, and everyone in the audience would do this. They do the zombie thing, and Bo caught on so quick. So all of a sudden, you see Bo going. Just doing it with him, just standing there because he's short enough where he can just stand the whole time and no one cares. And it was just so fun. Like, and then they had Who Let the Dogs Out for the Monster Mutt. Who let the who? It was.
I'm coming around on the Monster Mutt,
dude.
That's pretty good.
It was awesome. It was so much fun. It was so like geared towards kids. It was such a clean like fun play. Like it wasn't like I was never even worried at all. Like this guy's gonna be drunk there or anything like that. Like it was like just I don't know. It was just. It was sweet. I really enjoyed it, and We'll definitely take Bo back again. And yeah, he got home that night, and the next day he was like, Hattie, I got to see monster trucks. Hattie. So, dad and I got to go.
Was it weird being at Arrowhead Stadium and like being like Patrick Mahomes is on this field, but so are these monster trucks? Like they share the same field.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny thought like that. Like we walked in and Derek Thomas's picture is like on the stadium, and Bo's like, the Chiefs, that's the Chiefs. He was so excited about that. It's just a funny thought to be like, yeah, this is also like really like hard to get. Like the seat that we were in, I was like, if we were in the seat for the Chiefs, it'd be like the most amazing seat ever.
Yeah.
But it's Monster Jam, so it's pretty cool still. But like, how cool would it be if we were watching a football game here? Yeah. It's just a funny thought because it's like obviously the field is completely like dirt.
Yeah.
So it's not, it doesn't even really register with you, but then it's like, oh yeah, they do play here. You see all the, signage and everything for it. So Bo thought that was really cool too, like going to the Chiefs. Because then he goes, next time let's go to a Chiefs game. And I was like, you're not going to go to a Chiefs game until you're 15 years old or later.
It's expensive.
And just like, I don't know, like it's just an atmosphere that I don't want to expose him to.
Sure.
I don't know if I'll ever take Hattie to a game. I'm like, you can get married and go to a game, Hattie.
Yeah, it'd have to be like an NFC game, like a Vikings game. Just like nice and
maybe like I don't know, like maybe a noon game, maybe, because then people aren't nearly as liquored up at that point.
Preseason game.
Yeah, preseason they don't get too wild for.
Yeah,
but anyway, it was a blast. And so now Hattie the next day was like, Dad, why does Bo get to go to all the stadium things with you?
Oh.
And so now I'm like trying to plot a time where she and I can go to Royals game together this summer.
So now me and Hattie have to go to Les Mis.
Yeah. So now Hattie and I have to go to 18 Royals games this summer. I mean, it's just the rule.
Sorry, I have to.
Sorry, Catherine. So,
speaking of NFL football, just got the email. We have a phone call with Austin Eckler on Tuesday.
No way.
How about that?
Officially.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
He said, how about Tuesday, 2:45 Pacific?
Wait.
And I said, brother, I'm all over the Pacific time zone.
Did you is it a DM? Is it email?
No, it's email.
Wow. So what's tell people the details on. So first of all, anybody that's not a big NFL fan, Austin Eckler, arguably the best running back in the league.
Fantasy-wise.
Yeah. Not skill-wise?
No, I don't think so.
Who is?
Sorry, Austin.
Who is?
Listening to this.
CMC?
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
You're right.
Thanks.
Okay.
I just recently did my rankings for Zane.
Oh, that's right.
It's fresh on my mind.
Where was he in the list? Be honest.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I know because Eckler really is like, fantasy. I mean,
he was,
there's not many people better. Dang.
Wait, okay. I can't think of him very well off the top of my head, but
Zane had him second, so I will say that.
Where'd you have him?
Fifth.
Wow.
There's a lot of talented people.
Okay.
It's so hard to know who's actually a good running back because so much of it is the offensive line.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the Cowboys' offensive line for the last 10 years. I mean, anyone they throw in there is just a good running back.
Yeah.
It's like Ezekiel Elliott's really good. It's like, he went down. Some guy named Tony.
Tony Pollard.
Some guy named Tony is like a top 10 running back, I guess, all of a sudden? Or is it just his offensive line? Like, think about that. Like, Dalvin Cook goes down. Some guy named Alexander Madison.
Yeah, but
rushes for 200 yards.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all the offensive line.
Oh, back in the day with the Chiefs, baby. Priest Holmes got,
Tony Richardson.
Larry Johnson just became the beast. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Tony Richardson, Will Shields, Willie Rofe.
That was a Hall of Fame offensive line.
3 of the 5 of them. Brian Waters. 4 of the 5 of them.
Yeah. Casey Wegman. Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, so was Dalvin Cook above him for you?
No.
Okay. I'm trying to even think of teams. I'm just blanking right now. Let's see. Tony Pollard, was he above him?
No, he's below him.
Okay. No, Derrick Henry.
Yep, he's above
He's
him.
number 2?
He's number 3.
Really?
Who had a really good year this year and a contract year. He needed it.
Oh, my gosh. Let's see.
He was probably number 1 or 2 in fantasy this past
Give me
year.
like a region.
AFC West.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, Josh Jacobs?
There you go. Yeah.
Really? Number 2?
Yeah. And then 4th, I put Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, I forgot about. Yeah, that was one like he was like undisputed, like the best running back in the league.
And it's like, he got injured.
Had a bad year. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Fun.
That's why it's so hard to rank running backs.
Okay, so Austin Eckler, the 5th best running back in the league, according to Jake Triplett, his future business partner.
Really good fantasy wise. Yeah, he kind of started this new company. It seems kind of like it's a cameo, but a little bit more than just personalized videos. And so wanted to have a chat with us. So I said, let's do it.
Cool.
And I think we're gonna get on there, and he's gonna be like, probably like, my management set me up with this. I don't even know who you are, but we're gonna charm him, and he's gonna be like, you guys are awesome.
I was gonna say, what can we do to stand out? Right?
Chiefs jerseys.
I would say Chiefs jerseys.
That would be kind of funny because if anything, it's like the opposite of sucking up. Other people on the phone call like, I got to wear my Chargers gear.
Yeah. What if we like reenact a play where like we stop him on the 1 yard line? Like we don't even say hi to him. Like the first thing, like when the video call connection comes in. Yeah.
Green 80! That's a fun idea.
Yeah. That's so you really think it's going to be him?
He said, I mean, he was the one who emailed us. He signed it, Austin Eckler. He said, hey, if you want to have a phone call, I will personally be on the call.
Oh, okay.
I emailed him. He emailed back, and it's him again. He's like, great. How's this? And I told him, I was like, hey, I get married in like 4 days, so it's kind of crazy, but what about next week? And he's like, yeah, man, congrats on that. Let's talk next week.
Cool.
And I said, you just moved up to number 4, buddy.
Maybe that's what we say. We say like, hey, FYI, just full transparency. You were number 5 on my list, but if we do this thing, you'll be number 1, baby.
He's like, what does that get me? Nothing. It was just one friend that I text.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Fun. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. So that's kind of fun. What are you drinking, Brad?
Dude.
You look like you're enjoying it.
I'm sorry. It's chai.
Now, can I get that again in a slightly different voice?
Chike!
Chike, chike.
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 Oh, I thought that was going to be the robot.
Gotcha. Cool. I was just wondering how it would sound in different voices.
Bro, Chike is so good.
Yeah.
Do you guys know about protein iced coffee from Chike?
They have nailed it. They
have nailed it.
They have figured it out.
I have been just absolutely chiked up lately, and the mood is better when you chiked up. I had Chike yesterday. I had Chike this morning. I had the chai flavor, so good. And it's just the best. I was yesterday, Jordan, shout out Jordan from Ghosty fame. Jordan Algie is his name.
Yeah.
He was over working on something at our house, and we were talking about sponsors and blah, blah, blah. And he was really excited about Brio. Shout out to Brio. But also he was like, dude, I have Chike every single morning.
That's awesome.
I have Chike every single morning. It's so good. And I'm like, it is so good. Like
It
we were
tastes so
laughing
good.
because of how like, dude, Chike, man. Freaking Chike, dude.
It just tastes so good. The benefits are so good.
Yes. It fills you up on 150 calories, which
They've
is
nailed
nice.
it.
They've nailed it.
There's no other way to say it. They have figured it out.
And it's also portable. I'm going to Iowa this weekend for a wedding.
Nothing much.
Yeah, not doing much. And it's not Iowa to me. It's Chiowa, right? It's freaking Chiowa. Chiowa.
That's beautiful. Work that into the vows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just awesome. I feel like everyone is getting it. Everyone is starting to come around. Like, yeah, Chike is great. And they have a brand new flavor. They have sweet cream.
Sweet cream,
Put
baby.
some cream on it.
Yep.
And so, yeah, go chike.com, chike.com. Also link in description. Also, I like chike.com if you like typing more.
Do both.
That'll also redirect you.
I'm not going to tell you the difference, but just go to ilikechike.com and then go to chike.com. See what you can notice about the difference.
It'll take you about 5 minutes, but you'll see it eventually.
It took me like 7, but I'm a little bit of a slower learner. But you know what? If I had Chike in my system, it would take me 3.
No problem.
Because Chike improves performance, helps with gut health. No, I'm just kidding. No, but Chike truly is great. Sweeten the moment with some sweet cream, baby.
You can get 25% off your first subscribe and save on chike.com. So use code Ghostrunners. Tell them we sent you. Ghostrunners, all one word.
Come on, baby.
Check it out.
And if you don't want to subscribe and save, still 15% off with Ghostrunners.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Just use the code. Just figure it out.
Just support. And he's a ghosty. Mac is a ghosty. We love Mac. Support Mac. Support Chike. Support the company and have some delicious times. Just do it.
Just
do it, man.
figure it out.
Yesterday I was at UPS delivering some cutting boards. Shout out to the Caramels.
Oh, they're awesome.
They're awesome. Come
They're
to Florida or wherever we're going.
They were the ones who went and visited Main Street in person and took all these cool
Yes.
pictures.
Buzz.
They were also the people, I talked to them after, I think, the Wabash show, and I was like, you guys are so fun to talk to. Come on the next trip.
Yeah.
They're
come on next
awesome.
trip. Yeah, they're really cool. It was just sitting out there. They had me, Ellis Custom Creations, make this cool like family values sign for them. So it said like Carmel family values, and then it had, all accountability, honesty, all these different cool things with Bible verses. Anyway, was sending it out. And as I was doing my classic like park and sit there for a few minutes and be on my phone kind of thing.
I love that.
Oh yeah. It's getting like more and more the less busy I am, where it's like, I think I've been here for 16 minutes. But as I'm sitting there, this guy goes in, comes back out, and I noticed that he went in because he looked like somebody I knew. It wasn't Craig. It was a different guy, but it looked like Craig. Craig 2.0 comes back out, and he just kind of stands by his car for a second, and then somebody else is walking in, and this guy's like, "Yeah, this is the first time that's ever happened. The dog locked the car on me, and there was a dog inside with the car running, and the dog had like ran up to the like wind or the door and pressed the lock button, and so this guy couldn't get in.
Wow.
And I don't know what happened. I only stayed in my car another like 5 minutes and then went inside and then came back out and he was still struggling. And I was like, do you want me to call somebody? Is there any? He's like, I don't know who to call. My phone's inside with all my numbers. I'm like, dude, you just have a few like memorized?
If you're going to lock your phone and your dog in a car, have keyless entry. Have a key fob.
Well, he didn't lock them in there.
Or yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying. If you're going to keep them in there though, like why? I don't know. I would never put myself in that situation. If I don't have a way back in my car. Why would you do that?
What are the odds? Luckily the car was on, because that was my first thought, was like, it's like on The Office whenever they like break through the car window for the dog. Remember, like, it's like, maybe we have to do that. Maybe we got to save this dog, because it was kind of hot out yesterday, but the car was running. And now that I'm saying it out loud, I probably should have helped more than I did. I have AAA. I could have been like, hey, but I didn't. I don't know. I just, there's no end to the story. I don't know what happened. Maybe the car's still running in the UPS, store's parking lot. I don't know.
It's still there.
The dog's
still
just chilling.
It's still got gas in it.
But anyway, it was kind of wild.
Huh. I guess. I don't know what you do. You just really coach up your dog?
He did go to the gas station next door and came back with like what looked like a belt, but it wasn't. He was trying to do the thing where you like jam it in there. And I'm like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. And yeah, and then he like left to go inside and like try to figure something out. And there was a guy that like knew the situation, walked up and was just kind of like trying to like tell the dog,
come here, Tiger.
Come on, Tiger. Press the button, Tiger. I know you've never done this before in your life except for once right now, but do it again.
Yeah, I mean, I think the second that happens, you just got to like bite the bullet and just like, hey, can I use your phone to call a locksmith?
Yeah,
just get over it.
100%.
That's going to be the quickest way out of it.
Because this guy's like, I mean, I'll figure it out eventually. I'm like, no, you won't.
You must not
the
have much
door's
going on
locked.
today. Yeah. You must be pretty available the rest of the day if you're like willing to commit to.
He's like, maybe it'll just unlock eventually. If I just pull on the handle like 17, 18 times.
What if I get a new transmission? Would that help? I know those are quick.
Yeah, that's quicker than unlocking your car. So anyway.
One other thing I can't forget to mention is I got to see one of our favorite ghosties this week. Got to see Patrick.
Oh,
forgot to mention it almost.
The Drain Man.
Yeah, Patrick, Draymond Green, and of course Giuliano, aka Giancarlo, aka Giovanni. We've called him some different names over the years.
Carly John.
But yeah, I met those two the last time I did a show in Spokane 2 summers ago.
Yeah.
Got breakfast with them the next day. It was like, these guys are awesome. And then fast forward, Patrick's coming on the Florida trip. Celine, Giuliano's wife, came to the show that night, and afterwards she was like, I want to come on the next trip.
Fun.
So it's all good. They took me to brunch in an old train car. Pretty cute, Brad.
Did they transport you there in the train car, or was the brunch taking place in the train car?
Good question. I walked there. The brunch took place in an old train car.
Fun.
It's pretty cool. Loved getting time with them. Got to chat plenty.
I just love the idea of next trip. Giuliano and Celine are just the names of the people. Like the manifest is going to look so much nicer.
The manifest.
If we ever go down in wreckage, they'll know. Giuliano and Celine.
At least there was some culture here.
Those are some beautiful people.
Yeah.
There's no way those people are ugly.
No
Giuliano
way.
and Celine, those people are beautiful.
No wonder they found love young.
Yes.
The most attractive people in Spokane.
Their hearts will go on.
So
I bet she's never heard that.
That was fun. So I got brunch with them. Then we went, then me, Trey, Isaac, Alan went out and golfed. That was beautiful. That was fun.
Nice.
Had to end a little early, go back to sound check. And I was like, well, I haven't really done my due diligence. I got to come up with some Spokane materials. Even though it's 5:30 at night, I don't need coffee by any means, but I'm going to go in a coffee shop and talk to people there and just start asking people. It's my daily
just
ritual.
Random strangers.
Yeah, that's what I do every day on tour.
Really?
As I go, I just ask around. So I don't Google it. I don't like to look it up. I just ask people what do I need to know about this town?
Which is way smarter, because how hard would it be to Google and actually get true answers and not just whatever Google-y stuff.
Yeah, SEO,
population
population density, and stuff like that. So this isn't helpful. And so
Fun.
maybe I'll get better at prompting the questions. But right now, it's like, it's crazy. Because Isaac has even like seen me do this. And he's like, it's crazy people don't have more to say. I'm like, right? If someone asks me, like, hey, what do you know about Kansas City? I'm a comedian performing tonight. I'm like,
Okay.
what a fun opportunity.
What would you say?
I say, well, everyone loves barbecue. If you didn't
Yes.
know that, barbecue's a big thing. Just mentioning Mahomes' name at all will get you like an applause. Like people will go crazy.
Yep.
Just, mention that.
Yep.
If you need like a bad part of town, mention something about like, I walked too far, I got on truce. It's like that will get like a
Yep.
great reaction.
Yep.
Like there's so many like intricacies and
Yeah.
nuances of an entire city. Oh my gosh. And when I ask people, especially the Pacific Northwest was like extra sad. Salem, Spokane, Seattle, all 3 cities in a row. What do you need to know? It is pretty sketchy.
Oh, really?
There's like, I don't know, there's just like not much. You can ask her, okay, yeah, what do you think? I mean, don't let your boyfriend finance your car. Okay.
What?
That was what one girl said. Yeah, I got repoed this week. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. I was more thinking like a gas station that people like.
Are a lot of people getting their cars repoed because their boyfriend's not paying for it? Or do you feel like that's just you?
Like an epidemic that's happening here right now.
You should just take everything they say at face value and just like,
Hey,
go
I
up
heard.
there. Like, yeah, unemployment's up around here. Probably because no one's able to get to work because of their irresponsible boyfriends. Looking around.
That is funny. I was listening to John Chris' special yesterday, and he does do some very smart things. Like he talks about Dallas specifically, but that I know he uses that in every city.
I had that thought.
He's gotta, and that's so smart of him. Because
Yes.
he talks, the punchline is like they're always doing construction. You can do that in every city.
Yeah.
But that's also a little similar to like, the drivers around here.
The drivers, the weather, like
Yeah, wait 5 minutes. Yeah, there's
Right.
a lot that you could do for every city.
the taco. We did a Gene Shorts video about that one time.
That's right.
Everybody that thinks their hometown's unique, like you gotta try the taco. We have the best tacos.
The food here,
Dude, mosquitoes are just, they run rampant around
they
here.
eat me up,
Oh, yeah.
dude. The sunsets here, no, I'm serious,
No.
low key, the sunsets are amazing.
There's something about the sun specifically here.
It's
that
our
looks-
latitude. I don't know.
It's just, there's something about the horizon here. They say it's the best horizon.
So on one end, I was like, that's actually good. That's very smart of him. On the other end, I'm also proud of myself for not repeat. I don't do any of the same jokes. Like they're all different every show.
Fun.
So that is fun.
That's just, you would not be proud of yourself if you just had a formula.
Exactly.
That's just you, man. Like,
Yeah.
Like so many people I think would just be like, that's what I'm doing in my set. And I just know it. I'm smart enough to, whatever, quote unquote, smart enough to figure out this formula works for everything. It would eat you up.
Yeah, I did it at Kanakuk too. I was like, well, this skit is working really well, but I'm tired of doing it.
Yes.
Let's move on.
You would get tired of it so quick
Yeah.
if you just did the same act every single night.
Yeah.
I know that about you. Yeah.
Thanks, dude. Anyway, so one of the places in Spokane I go to is this coffee shop, and everyone is being really nice, but no one is being helpful at all. And so, but the barista was like, well, since I helped you out, you got to get some coffee? And I was like, well, now I feel like I have to. And so I was
Yeah.
like, yeah. And she's like, well, I recommend the cinnamon swirl. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
let's do it. Got a cinnamon swirl. She's like, then of course she's like, what do you think? And so I'm like, I gotta drink this in front of her now. And dude, 15 minutes later, I had to leave that place. I had the worst diarrhea I have had in 20 years.
It wasn't
probably.
swirling, it was just cinnamon gush. Oh no.
Yeah, dude. So
Maybe there's like traces of meat in their cinnamon in the northwest.
I don't know.
Holy cow.
I don't know. So it was brutal. I was like, I gotta get. Thank you guys. I gotta go. Show soon.
Can anybody drive me back? Well, I can't. I'll tell you that right now.
So I go back, no problem. But also just a little bit like, whoa, holy cow.
Cinnamon swirl.
Cinnamon swirl, dude.
I think that needs to be a new like code name.
For like, I got the cinnamon swirls.
Dude, yeah. I can't come to bowling tonight after all. Got the cinnamon swirls.
I got some cinnamon swirling in me.
Yeah, just a salad tonight. We had cinnamon swirls last night. Still kind of recovering.
The only thing that really ruined the wedding night would be if either one of us gets the cinnamon swirls.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
That's what I had. Yeah. It was
Oh
just
no.
so to add to like the ambiance. So it's like I'm getting rid of all this in like a kind of just a dingy like dressing room, bathroom.
Yeah, those things are never going to be like clean.
Yeah, it's like the type of bathrooms where like when you do drop your shorts, it's like my shorts are getting dirty
It's
by
like,
being on the ground.
I'm going to hang them up on the thing.
Honestly, I need to spread my legs a little bit anyway. Let's take the shorts all the way up. And so I was like, yeah, this is kind of gross.
Yeah.
And I put on a ton of sunscreen earlier that day for golf.
And you haven't showered yet?
So that's the thing.
Okay.
So, because I was like, I can't get sunburnt for the shows. Definitely can't get sunburnt for the wedding.
Sure.
Caked in sunscreen. I'm cinnamon swirling. I'm like, man, I cannot wait. And yeah, I think I might have kicked off the shorts towards the end of it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going straight to the shower. I cannot wait.
Oh, because often you have them in the room.
Yeah, there was a shower in the dressing
And this
room.
is your own room?
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect.
Isaac kind of shares it with me.
Well, but
At this point, he's out slinging.
he's seen your swirls.
It's like probably like 6:15. So it's like I need to wrap this up, shower, shows at 7.
Oh my gosh.
So, but
I would be freaking out if that is so little time to me. Like you could have said shows at 8 and I would have been like, dude, I'd be a little nervous right now.
I remember one time last tour where I was like, all right, Jake, you're getting a little too comfortable. I was in the shower at like 6:45. Like I think kind of getting out of it at that point, but still, like I'm getting a little too comfortable.
I mean, how many shows you've done? 85 shows.
Yeah, I'd probably done. Yeah.
Yeah,
plenty at that point.
maybe you're right. Maybe eventually you're like, okay, I can do this. But as in my shoes, I'd be like, 45 minutes and you're struggling with some cinnamon swirls right now? I don't know about this, dude.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I think we can knock this out. Like I'm starting to get a little nervous too. Like this is a lot to ask, but I need it.
Because what if you shower and you
Swirls are back.
feel like, yeah.
The swirl was a boomerang. So I'm like, but I do get done. I feel like depleted. Like whether you're throwing up or anything like that, it's like, I think I got it. Like I feel good enough now. Like I got it. We're done.
Is this when you did the cinnamon twirl on stage?
Yes, same night, I think, actually. Yeah, it was. Because I made that Instagram story while I was
No
sitting in
wonder
that
you're a
coffee
little
shop. Yeah. Well, it was the same night. So I'm fully naked. I just got done swirling. Sticky, sweaty, sunscreeny, gross. Go to pop in the shower and it doesn't work.
No,
There's no water.
No
water.
No.
And so I just sucked it up and I put some new clothes on and I performed that show so gross. I felt disgusting.
Oh.
And it was the best show of the tour.
Yeah.
And everyone at the meet and greet has no idea.
Until now.
Somebody said I smelled good and I was like, yeah, sunscreen from earlier.
Banana boat does wonders.
Yeah.
No
Anything
way.
to mask the swirl.
Oh, that's so funny. Like thinking about the people that had great interactions with you in Spokane, and now,
Now
it's
they
gonna be
know, like, ew, dude.
it's been, yeah. Now they have cinnamon swirl colored glasses on. They're like, oh man.
That's funny too. Yeah. Wow, you smell good. Is this that Diva detergent? Or like, no, it smells like cinnamon. Oh God. Oh gosh. That's not good.
Cinnamon swirl.
So yeah, I can't believe I almost forgot to talk about all that. But yeah, that was a bummer. So then I showered after the show, which felt kind of funny. But yeah, as soon as I got done performing, just hopped in the shower.
Wait. Oh no, not there. Obviously.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, so then they didn't smell. Yeah. No, they did.
Yeah.
That's so wonderful. Those kind of situations are so funny to me when it's just like, what am I supposed to do?
The show must go on, literally.
And I think if you weren't if I wasn't by myself, I would have, like, if Catherine were in the room, like she was hanging, like if Rachel's going to be in the room with you someday, I think it would have been 20 times more stressful. Because I think all of a sudden then you can like outwardly express your stress. Whereas before it was just like, okay, whatever, it's just fine. But if you're like, I don't know, should I do this? Should I not do this? I don't know, Jake, what are you thinking? It's like, what am I supposed to do?
I'm 100% in agreement with you. I feel like I work faster, I work quicker when it's by myself. I wonder if everyone feels that way. Or if some people, maybe if they're not typically a decisive person, if like when I get stressed, I need somebody else to like guide me through it.
I wonder if even Catherine would say the opposite, because she loves talking it out. There's so many
verbally
times,
processing.
So many times where she's like, can we just talk about this real quick? And I'm like, great. And then I don't know if I ever say a word. Genuinely. Or I'll be like, well, I don't know. Maybe she's like, actually, no, I think we should do it this way.
That's a funny bit. You should write that in your stand-up notes. That's a funny observation.
Really?
Yeah. I think that's good.
Okay.
Like some of our best conversations are when she says 100% of the words.
Okay. Some of our best conversations.
That's funny. Yeah. Can I just talk about this? And then I don't say anything. Yeah. Because I think I'm like, I can make decisions so much faster if it's just me and my own brain, not having to talk, not having to listen. Mm-hmm. Just like, let me just like find the best alternative right now.
Totally.
Do it.
Yeah. 100%.
New jeans. That was the alternative. New pair of pants.
Which,
Just
I
in
mean,
case.
that's like a half shower right there.
Honestly, yeah. Switching out boxers and socks is, it's more than halfway.
Well, but when you have sunscreen on, it's halfway. There's something about sunscreen that like,
It's like extra sticky.
because sunscreen's like a layer in between your sweat and your skin.
yeah.
Or no.
Build up.
Yeah, your skin, sweat, sunscreen. Like it's like it keeps it in there. So you got some stuff.
It was definitely gross.
Yeah.
But yeah, went out and had a great show. So it's all good.
That's great, man.
Dude, I think we've been recording for a really long time. You want to do some reviews?
Let's do some reviews.
If that's cool with you. Do you want the one? I don't know. You go first. You got dibs.
Okay, mine's from Tristy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Trist.
It's a 5-star review titled The Betterest Podcast. This podcast is truly incredible. Don't worry, it has nothing to do with actual ghosts or running, but you will be on your feet. I truly consider... On your feet!
Oh!
I truly consider myself to have hit the jackpot when I stumbled upon Ghostrunners a few years back. This review is long overdue. Jake and Brad are two of the most genuine, funny, and relatable people I have ever listened to. It feels weird to say listen to because I feel like I personally know them. They're such good guys who have used their talents to bring about so much good in this world. Week after week, they share their love of Christ, family, friends, and strangers through relatable and hilarious stories. Excuse me. Their ability to find humor and fun in everyday life has inspired me to do the same. You will feel better. You will feel after a few episodes like you have gained 2 new Midwest best friends and maybe even a little brother. Hi, Timon. Timon?
Oh, yeah, we got to talk.
Did you want...
Yeah, everyone thought it was a joke, but Timon did get fired.
Right.
He is gone.
Everyone like believes the vacation bit.
Yeah. But like, you heard his answer. Horses. He's gone.
He's gone.
He's out of here. You're not allowed to say stuff like that.
We're like the Ellen of podcasting. Like
We seem nice.
You think that we're like good guys? He's
No. I put a cigarette out in his forehead every time he's late.
Yeah. Do you smoke or drink only cigarettes on my 17-year-old editor? Hi, Timon. You'll even have the Timon got sick. That's why he's not here. He had a few too many cinnamons, a few too many swirls. You'll even have the inside jokes to prove it. Along with being the most amazing podcast, they have created such a special community that is supportive, loving, and hilarious. I'm so grateful to be a part of the Ghosty community. They, along with Jake and Brad, have time and time again restored my faith in humanity. I think Jake summed it up perfectly when he said, "We're all just trying to do our best with the circumstances with what our circumstances have been." Well, something like that. I have always believed most people are good, but through this podcasting community, I've come to know it for sure. I can't wait to see where this podcast goes, and I'm thankful every day that I'm a part of something truly special. Thank you, Jake and Brad, for everything. Seriously, just give it a listen. Signed, a sheltered kid who couldn't say her ahs for foul too long.
That is a great review.
Thanks, Tristy.
And I said something on stage. One of the ghosties who was there remind me, I slipped up. My ahs came out on stage this weekend. I forgot what I said.
Really?
He had it was like his job or something, and there were 2 R's in the word, like ornery or something like that. Like it was something tricky, and I said it out loud, and I was like,
ornery.
Had a speech impediment as a kid, still not over it.
But I'm speaking in front of people for a living, so make fun of me all you want.
Figured it out.
Nice try, May.
Great review, Tristy, though. That's awesome. It's always, that's just great. And I think my review of the week also kind of has a similar example. This is from Carrie. It's 5 stars.
Okay.
I am so grateful to have found this podcast through jean shorts. That's already cool right there.
Yeah,
It's just fun. I've been listening for 6 months, but I wish I found it sooner. However, I am definitely not the intended audience. It seems like most of the listeners are Christian, maybe conservative, living in the Midwest. I am a non-religious, progressive, bisexual, vegetarian woman living in California. On the surface, it might seem like I'm the total opposite of most listeners. While I was initially worried I would enjoy something created by people who seem so different than me, this podcast has shown me that we're actually so much more similar in our values and perspectives than I ever would have guessed. Which pause real quick. That's just great that she was like, wow, I don't think I'm having anything, to relate with these guys. And she still gave it a try.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Cool. I don't think I would ever do that.
Right. Yeah.
Something I think about all the time is how Jake explained that he thinks all people, no matter what their background or perspective, are genuinely doing what they think is the right thing. I wholeheartedly agree. I feel like Jake and Brad are my friends who are kind, communicative, giving, supportive, and goofy, which is how I strive to be as well. Let's go, Carrie.
Let's go.
This podcast has brought me comfort and laughter during my darkest times. It has helped to lift my spirits during periods of deep depression, and it has been one of the only things that could make me smile while I navigated my brother's stage 4 cancer diagnosis and treatment. I'm so grateful to have a positive space to be able to come and feel welcome in twice a week. Even as someone who doesn't relate, I get excited about Good Ranchers ads for the meat I don't eat and happily laugh with joy at their altered voices during CJLA advertisements that stress the company's Christian values because I know and trust that we all have common values and desire to do good. I think if other people who are like me could listen to Ghostrunners, it would open their eyes and bring different groups of people together. Jake and Brad, thank you so much for creating this beautiful community. I'm so grateful to have found Ghostrunners. Sending love to you both. Carrie. Wow.
Carrie.
That's cool. That's awesome. I love hearing stuff like that. I think that's really cool of you to trust us and to still give it a try. I think it's also, it's just a helpful reminder. We all have so much more in common than we think we do. You ever look at the difference in what you see Facebook conversations look like and then go out in the world and look at what your conversations look like?
Just think about like in high school, how much I was friends with everybody in high school.
Yeah.
And if I knew like what they really thought, like would I have like given them a chance?
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's a good word.
It's always fun, like
Carrie.
on election day or like these crazy times in our country when it's like everyone is fighting to just go out and go to a restaurant, go to a coffee shop and see like no one is fighting. No one, there aren't riots on the street. There aren't like, it's like we are all just like, getting along because we really do have so much more in common. So thanks, Carrie.
California. Thank you. That's fun. I don't have an original jingle this week, but I want to throw it back to the one where we sang about you getting married to your eventual your eventual wife.
Is this the one? Didn't we already do?
We did, but I want to do it again.
Okay, third time. Okay.
Because at the end of it, I think, we kind of allude to it again of like, dude, you're going to get married. It's happening. And now we're happening, baby.
Okay, cool.
So Jake, we'll see you Wednesday.
Truly, madly, deeply. Is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. All right. Look at me remembering.
Oh, we're singing. You want me to sing it now? You want me to sing it now? I was thinking we were just going to do audio.
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah, we should.
Hey, it's your wedding.
No, sorry.
No, it's your wedding. What do you want to do?
No, we should. That's great. We already have it.
Yeah.
We already have it.
Okay. We already have it. So we already have it.
Timon, feel free to cut this at any point.
No, Timon.
Timon, stop.
Keep it juicy, organic.
I forgot. I called our new editor Timon on accident.
Oh, that's a brain
Dang, it's
burp.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brian. Hey, Brad, thanks for singing that again.
You're welcome, man.
Man, it sounded good.
Yeah.
Reminded me a lot of the second time. It sounded more like that one than the first time. But that's great. We're going to go. Well, I guess you'll hear from us Wednesday. You'll hear from us my timeline is messed up. I'm married when you're listening to this.
How's it feel?
Messed up. I feel messed up.
I feel like I got some cinnamon swirls.
No. Okay. This is it for Mondays. Wednesday's going to be a fun episode. We're doing a fun schmores, and we're bringing in a surprise guest.
Hello.
So have that to look forward to.
Thanks for listening, guys. Tell your friends. Love you guys. Sponsor us. Support Good Ranchers. Support Beam. Support. Who's the other one? I don't even have. No.
Chike,
of course.
Yeah. And
Support Good Ranchers. Support Beam. Support Chike.
Tell your friends about the podcast, even your friends who you think, hey, they wouldn't really get it. They're a vegetarian, bisexual in California. Tell them anyway.
Yeah.
Because they're probably going to like it.
I mean, the research is out there.
California.
Love you guys.
Go.
Ghostrunners Podcast. Everybody